A very warm welcome to Amish Shakil 5858. I am Amish Shakil. Following news headlines have been reported by European, Asian, African and Australian channels, so please watch it.
Hello and a very warm welcome. If you're just joining us, you're watching live from Paris. These are our headlines this hour. It's Russia's turn to sit down for talks with the United States, and negotiations aimed at finding a path to peace ongoing. The US and Ukraine say progress has been made after their set of discussions on Sunday. Israel keeps up its deadly bombing and killings in Gaza. A hospital in Khan Yunis hit areas, some areas completely surrounded. Gaza enters its fourth week with no aid of any kind being allowed in. French actor Gerald Depardieu expected to appear in court. He is on trial for sexual assault charges. 2 women filing cases against him for abuse on a film set 4 years ago. The latest in a series of assault and rape allegations against him. The first one to come to trial.
BC, home of the election.
Today, government spending to outweigh $2 billion in savings in tomorrow's budget.
It's an important budget that will set Australia up on the path to a better future.
A deadly airstrike targets a Gaza hospital. The Palestinian Health Ministry says 50,000 have been killed since October the 7th. The Turkish president's main rival jailed as a fifth night of protests erupt in Istanbul. And treatment trial, a new app for stroke victims to connect paramedics with neurologists. Hello and welcome to ABC News. I'm Ros Childs. The government says tomorrow's budget deficit will show it made $2.1 billion in savings.
This is Asia Now.
Hello, it's 3 p.m. in Singapore and Hong Kong, 12:30 in New Delhi and 2 o'clock in Jakarta. I'm Angela Lim. At this hour, South Korea's top court reinstates Han Duck-soo as acting president, overturning his impeachment. The decision comes ahead of a anticipated ruling on President Yoon Suk-yeol's fate in the wake of his brief martial law order. Fresh from his reinstatement, the acting president orders all-out efforts to battle deadly wildfires in South Korea's Sancheong, as more regions are declared disaster zones. And Thai Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra facing a no-confidence motion in Parliament as the opposition takes aim at father's influence and the sluggish economy.
Africa News. The news.
Ibrahim Rasool, South Africa's former ambassador to the US, who was expelled by the Trump administration, returned home to a hero's welcome on Sunday. Hundreds of supporters gathered at Cape Town International Airport, singing songs of praise and surrounding him as he arrived with his wife.
We would like to come back with a welcome like this. If we could but we couldn't by withdrawing our case from the International Court of Justice against Israel, because as we stand here, the bombing has continued and the shooting has continued.
Rasool's in the US. The conflict in Sudan has uprooted millions, leaving families torn apart and people searching for safety. For Sudanese refugees like Ishaq Ali Mohammed, the journey to a new home has been a long and difficult one. But in Mogadishu, Somalia, Mohammed has found a sense of community and belonging that makes him feel at home despite being far from Sudan. During Ramadan, that connection to his roots is even stronger. One of the beautiful things about Somalia, and Mogadishu in particular, is the kind of Sudanese community here. There are a large number of doctors and professors, and together they form a complete Sudanese society in every detail. You wouldn't believe it. Right now, I'm at the Sudanese Community Centre, and we are about half an hour away from iftar. Every part of a traditional Sudanese Ramadan meal is available here. The warm welcome, meeting loved ones, breaking the fast with traditional dishes, even using the traditional ibrik, which is a jug.
حفاوة الاستقبال، لقاء الأحباب، الإفطار بالعصيدة، بالبليلة، حتى بالآبري نفسه.
For Ishaq, Somalia has become a second home. The PhD holder teaches Arabic as a second language at the Somali Digital Media Academy. Thank God I arrived in Somalia. Kirsty Coventry, the newly elected president of the International Olympic Committee, took office after securing a historic win on Thursday, becoming the first woman and the first African to lead the Olympic movement. Speaking in Greece, Coventry shared her vision for the future.
We've achieved so many good things, especially when it comes to equality and diversity within the movement over the last 12 years, and we've now got to leverage off of that. I think we're doing a really incredible job in the IOC, and I would like us to filter that down to the international federations, the national Olympic committees, the national federations. So there'll be a big focus on that. A lot of work to do, but there's a really incredible momentum right now, and I want us to leverage off that momentum.
Coventry stressed the importance of continuing the momentum on equality, diversity and inclusion across all levels of sport, not just within the IOC, but also within international federations and national committees.
You know, we've got conflicts around the world, especially on my continent at the moment as well. And
Good Monday morning to you. It's 7 o'clock on today's show. Hundreds of thousands of protesters filled the streets of Istanbul for a fifth night after President Erdogan's most serious political rival was arrested.
Plus, a huge week ahead for the government here. We're counting down to the spring statement and potentially billions in cuts.
And Princess Beatrice opens up about her daughter Athena's early birth, saying she cried tears of relief after her baby was born.
It's Monday, the 24th of March. Your headlines. Huge demonstrations in Turkey that the protesters say have become a fight for democracy.
A lot of pepper spraying sprayed, and the police are pushing back. There's a huge wash on.
Also ahead in his first interview with a British broadcaster, the son of Giselle Pellico describes what it was like to learn about his father's horrific crimes.
He was my father, but he's not anymore. Today, he's a monster.
And the boss of the National Grid claims Heathrow had enough power and didn't need to shut down. We'll speak to the Transport Secretary in the next few minutes. Very good morning. Hundreds of thousands of protesters defied a ban to come out onto the streets in Istanbul for a fifth night in a row, they say.
Good morning, happy Monday morning to you. Money for migrant hotels, but none for school meals.
Okay, this is according to rumours ahead of the spring statement on Wednesday. It's revealed that £5.5 million is spent on asylum seekers' hotels every single day.
But free school meals could get the chop, leaving everyone asking how painful this spring statement could be.
Well, the Chancellor will be taking a sledgehammer to the civil service with thousands of jobs there on the line.
And university students are accused of claiming loans despite no intentions of showing up. Could be the biggest scam in student history.
Blue Peter, what went wrong? The BBC access live episodes as the programme moves online after 66 years.
And in sport this morning, well, not the best night for Scotland. In fact, very bad night for Scotland. They're embarrassed by Greece at Hampden Park. Lewis Hamilton is disqualified from the Chinese Grand Prix by this much. And England play again tonight in the World Cup qualifier. And tonight, it's Latvia.
Good morning. We've got a fair bit of low cloud across the south of the UK this morning. Some frost towards the north. They'll lift to leave plenty of sunshine for a time, but rain will arrive in the northwest. I'll have all the details later.
Just after 7 o'clock, a very good morning to you. I'm Eamon Holmes.
And I'm Dawn Neeson, and this is GB News Breakfast.
Thank you very much for giving time to Amir Shackle 5858. I am Amir Shackle. Have a good life. Bye-bye.